Alright, here we are for our next lesson. Today's lesson is going to be on converting mixed numbers and improper fractions. So make sure you write down that title. Today we only have one learning target, and the learning target today is students will be able to convert mixed numbers and improper fractions. So what we're going to do today, guys, is we're going to convert mixed numbers to improper fractions and improper fractions to mixed numbers. So that's what we're going to work on today. I'm going to move on, so if you need to pause, go ahead. Otherwise, here's the next slide. Okay, example 1. Write down example 1. And the directions for example 1 are to convert the improper fraction into a mixed number. Okay, so I have two examples that I'm going to go over here. Example A is 10/3, and example B is 17/8. Let me start with example A. And in example A, I'm going to show you how to answer this using a model. So, if I have 10/3, that means that my denominator 3 is breaking my whole amounts into thirds, 3 pieces. And I have 10 of them. That's what my numerator tells me. So my numerator tells me how many I have, and the bottom number tells me how many pieces that a whole amount is broken into. So I'm going to make a model, so I'm just going to make a circle. That represents 1. And I break it into thirds because I have a denominator of 3. So I need 10 total. So this is 1, 2, 3. That's 3. I need 10 total, so I'm going to keep going. Make another one, break it into threes. 4, 5, 6. Got to keep going until I get to 10. 7, 8, 9. And this one, I'm going to shade in 1. That's going to be 10. So I have 10 filled in. Okay, now I'm converting this to a mixed number. So what is this as a mixed number? This is 1, 2, 3 whole amounts. And then I have 1 of the 3 of the other one. So 1/3 of that is filled in. So that's 3 and 1/3. That is my final answer. You would always look to see if you can simplify these also. In this case, you cannot. Okay. In example B, I'm going to show you how to answer this question by dividing. Now, a lot of people don't realize that fractions are just division problems. This is 17 divided by 8. 17/8 and 17 divided by 8 represent the same thing. So I am going to divide these. Okay, and there's a quick little thing to remember. I always do top in, bottom out. So the numerator and then denominator goes out here. So top in, bottom out is kind of a quick little thing if you forget which number goes where when you're trying to do long division. Okay, now I'm going to divide them. 8 goes into 16 twice. 8 goes into 17 twice. That is 16. Subtract. And I get a remainder of 1. You get to actually keep your remainder in this example. Okay. Now what do I do with this information? Well, my whole number is how many times 8 went into 17. 8 went into 17 twice, so my whole number is 2. That represents my whole number. Okay. To figure out the rest, my remainder is how much I had left over. That's how many pieces don't represent a full amount. So I had 1 left over, so that's my numerator. And my denominator always stays the same. One thing you should recognize when you're working on these problems is that before I simplify, without simplifying, my denominator stays the same. In example A, it started as 3, and my answer was 3. In example B, my denominator was 8, and in my answer it was 8. So the denominator is going to stay the same. The only time it would change is if you were to simplify. Okay, that's example 1, so if you need to pause, go ahead. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to example 2. In example 2, we're going to work the other way. We're going to convert now our mixed numbers into improper fractions. In example A, I have 4.5. In example B, I have 1 3/5. Okay, for example A here. Okay, I'm going to show this with a model again. So again, I'm just going to make 4 full amounts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to make the half. Okay, now because that's half, I'm actually going to make all of these half because they need to be consistent. If you think back to example 1A, they all were broken into thirds. So I'm going to break all these into halves, and I'm going to shade them in. I have 4 full amounts. So there's 1. There's 2 full amounts. There's 3 full amounts. There's 4 full amounts. And then I'm going to do half of the other one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 full amounts, and then half of this one. That's where my 4.5 is coming from. Now, I want this as an improper fraction, so now I'm going to count the pieces. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 filled in pieces, so that's my numerator. How many do I have? I have 9, and my denominator is going to stay the same at 2 because I have broken each of my whole amounts into 2 pieces. Okay, so each whole amount is 2, and again, the denominator stays the same, so my improper fraction is 9 over 2. Okay, improper fractions, guys, are when you have an answer, a fraction that is represented in more than 1. That makes it improper. Okay. Okay. Example B here, 1 3/5. This one I'm going to show you how to solve it a different way. Okay. To do this one, what you are going to do, and this is the kind of the algebraic way of solving this, is I am going to multiply my denominator times my whole number. So first I'm going to do the denominator multiplied by my whole number. Okay, my denominator is 5 times my whole number is 1, and 5 times 1 is 5. So that's what I do first. In my second step, I am then going to take the product. So I'm going to take the product of 5 here. I'm going to take the product. Remember, the product is the answer to a multiplication problem. I'm going to take the product and add it to my numerator. So I'm going to take this answer here, and I'm going to do 5 plus, my numerator is 3. 5 plus 3 is 8, and that gives me my new numerator. So that means that I have 8 pieces. Okay, my denominator is going to stay the same. I still have my whole amounts broken into fifths, so my improper fraction is 5. And I know it's improper because my numerator is larger than my denominator. Okay, so any fraction that's written in fraction form, not mixed number form, that is greater than 1, that's an improper fraction. Okay, and that is it for today. Have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys in class tomorrow.